Hello. I don't know why my hair is like straight at the front because it's definitely not straight at the back. I don't know what this view is. I don't know what's going on. There's hair all over my dresser. I just got back from school. Like I usually film videos after I get back from school because nobody's ever home. But today was a short-ish day, and I have a story to tell you, which the title probably is relevant to this story, so you have an idea of what the heck went down. But anyways, I go to a self-paced school. I gotta set the story up or else it will make no sense. I go to a self-paced school, which basically means we have these things called flex days, where you can go to whichever classes you want, whichever classes you're behind in, which you can get behind in class because there's no real due dates for projects. So you can get behind, and so flex days, it's every other week on Wednesday. And you go to whichever classes you want to. I usually don't go to school because they still take attendance, but anyways. So on Tuesday we have an advisor period. I don't know if other schools have advisor, but it's like a homeroom, I guess, where it's a teacher. My teacher doesn't teach any of my classes. Usually they aren't one of your teachers. But you go to an advisor group for, I think it's, my hair is a mess. I don't even know. But, so Tuesday we go to advisor and you have to make a plan of what you're going to do on flex day the next day. So we have advisor every other week, and it's with just like a bunch of people from all grades of school. And it is from 2:45 until 3:15, so it's half an hour, which you might think that's not so bad because our normal classes are an hour and 15 minutes, so. But we have shorter classes on Tuesdays when it's an advisor day, so that we can have advisor and not like have school be longer than normal, you know? So during this advisor period, we basically get announcements, and they used to hand back report cards and like monthly reports saying if you're on track or not, but they decided that the students aren't trustworthy enough, so they just mail them home. So really, in advisor, you have half an hour to do nothing. So I take this as, wow, school ends at 2:30? I'm gonna go home. I'm not gonna go to advisor because it really does not help me out at all. Which is fine. Lots of people skip advisor. We used to have advisor on the flex day in the morning, so it'd be a lot easier to skip because you just start school later, whatever. You just come for first period and then just skip advisor. It's fine. But they decided to discourage people from skipping at the end of the day when more people are there. So anyways, I skip it anyways. So I have business last period and I just go home. But today, this is where the story comes in. Today, I was walking down the hallway, walking to the exit. There's a certain exit I usually take because it directs me to the street that goes to my house. Better than all the other streets, like you can get to it, but this is like the fastest way if I go out this door. So I'm just walking, whatever. They're students, they're kind of like, it's like not the most popular hallway, it's where all the tech classes are, so there's not a lot of classrooms there, so there's not a lot of students in the hallway. But I'm walking, I'm like at the door, I'm pushing the door open, and of course the vice principal's standing right there, and he's like, oh, he's skipping advisor, and I had my headphones in, so I couldn't really hear him, and I was just kind of like, haha, and like was about to keep going, and he was just like, no you're not, and he just like turns me around back to the hallway, and I was just like, oh, great, I look like a good student right now. So I just kind of casually turn around and walk down that hallway again, and I was like, you know what, I really do not want to go to advisor. I'm just not feeling it. I do not want to spend half an hour in a classroom that's totally silent and just like sit there. That's not my thing. I want to go home. I said I'm going home. So I'm walking down the hallway and I decide, you know what, I'm gonna go out a different door, whatever. He will never know. So I keep walking and I go down the hallway to a more busy hallway to go to a door that goes out to, we have portables. That door goes to where the portables are, and I was like, oh man, I can go out this door and it'll look less suspicious because there's like advisor classes happening in those portables. So this is good, and I can just kind of walk past the portables, walk up the hill, and walk home. I took the long way home because I went out that door. But here I am, I'm home, and I'm supposed to be an advisor. But that's me, just being a badass. I didn't even notice it was the vice principal. I just saw like an older man walking down the hallway in front of me, and he stopped once he got to the door and didn't turn around. So I was like, I paid no attention to it. I was like, whatever. And of course, he turns around, he's the vice principal, and I still try and walk out the door and just leave. I don't know what I was thinking there. I'm just a badass, skipping school all the time. But it's not like he knows me or has ever talked to me before, so he probably doesn't know my name or anything. It's not like I'm gonna be sent to the office for skipping advisor. But yeah. I've only been called to the office once, and it was because I signed up for homework club in grade 10 or grade 9, I don't remember. I signed up for homework club, which was basically you stay after school and there's a bunch of teachers there to help you with math or science homework, and I was sucking at math, so I was like, I'll sign up for this, whatever. I went once, and it was so boring. Obviously, if you're staying after school to do math homework, like, that sucks. So I never went again, and I got called down to the office, and the vice principal that deals with my, like, because they go by first letter of your last name in alphabetical order. So one vice principal gets half the kids, one vice principal gets the rest. So whenever my vice principal calls me and she's like, oh, you haven't been going to homework club. And I was just kind of like, no, I haven't. And she was like, oh, why not? And I was like, oh, I just forgot. I just forgot to go. But when really, I just did not want to go because it sucked. I think actually, I wasn't called down, but I had co-op, so last semester, which meant I wasn't at school for advisor, so I never got to go to advisor, so I never got any things they handed out, which meant I didn't get my report card because for some, I don't know, or some sheet that was like important, I didn't get it. So I got it from the office. And they were like, oh, you know, you're supposed to come to the office if you didn't get it. And I was like, oh, well, I don't have advisor. And they're like, you're supposed to still talk to your advisor and get all your sheets on a different day. And I was just like, meh. I just didn't. Sorry, I just don't ever talk to teachers if I don't absolutely have to. But that's my story. I tried to sneak out of school past the vice principal. It was pretty intense. Because in those, you know, in movies when they show kids skipping school and their teachers are like looking out for them, my school's not really like that. You can walk out of school pretty much at any time and no one will ever know because no one like checks the doors, and like we don't have security cameras our school's for. But yeah, in TV shows it's like, oh my gosh, we're skipping, we're like, oh, we have to hide, and I don't even know what they're doing, but we can just go home at any time and no one will know. But it just so happened that the vice principal was in front of the door that I was trying to use to escape. So there's no moral to this story, and I've been talking for 8 minutes, but I don't even know what the point of the story was. Okay, bye.